Hello and welcome to Gacha Magic Universe, full of beautiful, voluptuous women who will love you unconditionally. Mr. Dark Shadow 72, and I would like to make an account. Oh, certainly. Just input your email, username, and password. And we will be sending you emails without your permission, by the way. Alright, and got it. And finally, just tick that button right there. Don't worry about a little text on the side. Just tick that for me, thank you. Okay. Yes! Thank you, Mr. Nguyen Dinh Minh, age 19, from Hanoi, Vietnam. You'll be receiving 6 emails about new skin bundles every single day. I didn't give you my name. We also have your data from Facebook, which we can cross-reference, combine, and sell to Shopee so they can recommend you more and more gross anime figurines. By the way, all the hottest characters cost a month of your salary. See ya, sucker. What the fuck? I mean, I'm still gonna play it, but... What is a free game? Ladies and gentlemen, think of a free game in your head. Okay, maybe that doesn't work. Think of a free game that your coworker or classmate would play. There it is. The usual suspects pop up. Valorant, League of Legends, Roblox, maybe an anime gacha game. These games are extremely popular thanks to their supposed $0 price tag, in the sense that you can download the files to your computer and run them. But they are not free. They are free to play, and that can mean a lot of things. Either an abundance of paid skins, online requirements, pay-to-win items, selling your data, storing your data, and then getting hacked, thereby losing your data anyway. These are the typical tactics of a free game because the developers are still trying to get your money. But not so for the games in this video. As it turns out, there really are developers out there who have made incredible video games and have released them for completely free. And this free is no ads, no MTX, not even internet is required. If you have it, you can play it, no questions asked. And as a bonus, they will all run on low-end computers because only the frugal know what being frugal is like. And so, without further ado, let's go. Doom was released in 1993 and has since been lauded as one of the greatest video games ever made. If you haven't played Doom before, don't worry. You just have to know that you're a guy whose job it is to kill as many demons as humanly possible. There are no skills, no health regen, no reloading, not even any jumping. It's mechanically an incredibly simple game, but its depth is enormous. This game's combat is beautiful, because it's genuinely more of a strategy game than a reflex shooter. Your most important skill in this game is enemy priority and crowd control. Every encounter is like a dance, as you dodge and weave between projectiles and fire back in rhythmic harmony. It is genuinely an FPS game like no other, and it's why we are still talking about classic Doom 3 decades down the line. Doom is an absolutely vital step in gaming's evolution, but what we're focusing on today is its biggest contribution to PC gaming in particular: mods. Thanks to John Carmack's decision to release the source code back in 1996, Doom is now literally the most modded game ever. The game has accrued hundreds of thousands of different mods and maps over its 3-decade existence, and more get released every day. As I always say, there are more levels for Doom than grains of sand in the sky. But I hear you say, Carbine, this game isn't free, it's $10 on Steam. And yes, that's true, but let me break it down for you. To play Doom mods, we need 3 things: an engine to run the game, a mod loader to load mods, and the game file, doom2.wad. If you have this file, 99% of all Doom mods in existence will work, and it does come included in the Steam version. But this file is very small, and John Carmack himself has said that he doesn't mind piracy, so go crazy. Just remember to come back when you have this file. Oh shit. No! No, please, Nintendo, please, it's not even a Nintendo game. Got it? Great. Here's how you get started. First, download ZDL, open it, go to General Settings, and add doom2.wad to the iWad section. Second, download JezoensiS and add jezoensiS.exe the same way, but in the source port section. Third, go back to launch config, select Doom 2 Hell on Earth, and then click launch. That's it. You are now playing the game. There's a ton of settings that you can change, but do yourself a favor. Go to option search, find texture filter mode, and turn that shit to none. You will thank me later. So, the vanilla game is set up. How do you get mods? You either go to Doom World or the ZDoom forums. Doom World is good for maps, while ZDoom is for weapons and other gameplay mods. Find a mod you like and download it. It will usually be in .wad or .pk3 format. Then, drag it into the external files section in ZDL, click launch, and boom, your game has now been modded. Did you follow that? Great, because now the floodgates are open. Doom is now your 90s version of Gary's mod, and you can go absolutely crazy changing every single aspect of the game. But in this video spirit of helping beginners, here are some personal recommendations. First off, maps. Doom level packs, or WADs, are so plentiful that you can spend every second of your life playing them and not even be half done by the time you're in the ground. But it's due to that abundance that the community has come together on many occasions to decide which WADs are the best. There are plenty of polls, lists, and even annual awards given out to the best projects of that year. But for a nice and solid starting point, I would recommend Back to Saturn X. It's not too difficult, has a fantastic sci-fi aesthetic, an excellent soundtrack, and it's compatible with every gameplay mod. Speaking of, let's talk about those. This type of mod changes the combat, weaponry, movement, monsters, etc. to shake up Doom's formula in one way or another. You may immediately think of Brutal Doom or Project Brutality, but there is so much more. Yeah, this mod is like the very bottom of the iceberg, but for something more beginner friendly, I recommend Final Doomer. It's a collection of 9 different weapon packs tailor-made for specific WADs, such as Back to Saturn X, and you can mix and match them however you like. And hell, who says you're restricted to one gameplay mod? Make it 2, make it 3, make it 20! The only limit when it comes to Doom is your imagination, your load order, or your computer specs. And of course, the final question for any budget gamer, can you run it? Yes. Unless you're less advanced than E. coli, then I don't know what to tell you. Next game. Melty Blood, Actress Again Current Code, is an indie anime fighting game released in 2010. It's part of the Type Moon family, which you might also know as the creators of multimedia juggernaut Fate. This game is based on a previous franchise of theirs called Tsukihime, but the art style is instantly recognizable. However, in fighting game circles, Melty Blood is a legend. I think most people, me included, first knew of the game through the infamous bathroom image and general meme of Melty Blood being a poverty game. And while that picture is an absolute all-timer, that's a fucking GameCube controller! It also appealed to a different part of my brain, one that loves low-budget people having low-budget fun. So while I was looking for games to play with my friend, I came across this Google link that just says, "Play Melty Blood." And upon inspection, I found out that this game is not only free, it has a great netcode and incredibly strong documentation. Okay, technically the game isn't free, it's being sold, but the version on Steam is actually worse than the website one, and the devs haven't taken this site down, so it's fine probably. Anyway, let's get started. The first thing you need for this game is a willing friend.
Make up sex.
I know, it's a big ask for people such as you and I, but it's a must if you want to enjoy this game fully. So, go get a friend before we continue. Alright? Now, once you've done that, download the Community Edition from the website and install it. Next, open concerto.exe. Many options will be presented to you, and I recommend you change your name in settings. Then, you can play a local match versus computer, use the training mode, etc. if you want to. To play with your friend, select online, go to lobbies, make a private game, and wait for them to join. If you want to change controls, wait until you get to character select and press F4. That's it! You now know how to easily enjoy one of the best fighting games ever created, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Ooh! Damn! Yes! Fuck! Good job. Good job.
Her fly is kind of bullshit. Her fly is just absolute shit.
How many tries did it take you?
Fuck off.
I'm sorry. Melty Blood is a very interesting game for many reasons, such as its moon system, which basically means that every character is actually 3 different characters in one. But what made the game stick for me and my friend is how easy the controls are. Yeah, it sounds like a strange compliment, but fighting game players know that for years, their genre has struggled with its reputation of being tryhard and obtuse, with ridiculous inputs to perform special moves. I can press one button to activate my ultimate in League. Why do I need to do 2 fucking circles on my D-pad just to slam a guy? This one problem has driven away loads of people from trying fighting games, and although Melty Blood doesn't solve the problem, its compromise is solid. Universal inputs. Instead of having to learn a shitload of different inputs for moves, you just learn about 3 or 4 and it applies to everything. This lowers the barrier of entry significantly, whilst not really compromising the game's depth, making it much friendlier to beginners than most other fighting games. I had a tremendous time in this game with my friend Cobb. It's the first fighting game that's ever made us so invested that we have sat down together and studied our mains. It made 2 ADHD adult boys sit down and play the same characters over and over again for multiple hours. If you don't really get it, trust me, that's the highest praise I can possibly give to a fighting game. Beyond that, the characters are well designed with beautifully smooth animations, the sound effects are punchy, visual feedback is flashy but not intrusive, and the soundtrack, which you've been listening to, is delightful. Melty Blood has so much stuff that I can talk about for another hour, but we must move on. Have you been feeling down in the dumps? Yeah. Well, you could use some positive Tetris. Really? What's that? It's a game of Tetris, but every score gives you some encouraging words that will surely brighten your day. Check it out.
Wow, you got the Tetris! Wow, you're the best! Woo! Woo! Tetris!
Tetris is one of the most recognizable video games on the planet, and for good reason. It's one of the rare games that is beloved by literally everybody and carries 0 negative stigma. It doesn't mean anything if you say you like Tetris, because you are also everyone. If you want to play some Tetris though, it's both easier and harder than you think. There is Tetrio and JezoensiS, but both of those are online only, which just does not work for me, brother. In fact, most online resources about Tetris are focused on its very niche competitive scene, which is cool in its own way, but it means that most Tetris clients you can find online are tryhard and obtuse. What the fuck is Ace-ARS2 or TI-World? I just want to drop some blocks, man. But finally, after much searching, I was able to find a Tetris game that I deem to be worthy of your time, and it's called Polyform. Multimino 2 Polyform is a Tetris client created by Stellar Top Hat, boasting multiple quality of life additions to provide a smooth gameplay experience and polyhexes and polyimines. Okay? To install it, simply go onto the itch.io page linked in the description, click download now, and extract it. It has the easiest setup out of any game thus far, which is a plus. And upon launching, you will be greeted by a tutorial. It teaches you the very basics of a game of modern Tetris, from just moving the blocks left to right, to stuff like T-spins and S-spins. I don't know any other clients that have this kind of guide, because it's like teaching the ABCs to a college student, but its inclusion makes me comfortable recommending this client to people who haven't even played a game in their lives. You can of course skip it if you'd like. And after that, the game is your oyster. Every Tetris mode I could possibly think of is here. You have your classic marathon mode, you have sprint, which is how fast you can clear X number of lines, blitz, which is get the highest score in 2 minutes, survival, aka the equivalent of swimming out of quicksand, and then a bunch of modes for master level Tetris players like Master. The thing that makes this game stand out and why it's called Polyform is the other sets of pieces. Everybody knows Tetris pieces are made of 4 squares, but what if they were 5 squares? I mean, it really sucks to play, but you can do it. Better yet, what if they were 4, 3, 2, and 1 squares? You can finally fill in those pesky 1 square gaps that have bugged generations of gamers. And finally, if you remember those polyhexes and polyomins, here is what they look like. No. If you can play this stuff and enjoy it, I mean, good for you, but I'm sorry, I can't look at this for more than 10 seconds. Get it off my screen. Anyway, Tetris. I had my doubts about putting this game on the list at first, but then I actually sat down and tried it. And then I tried it again. And again. And again and again and again for 3 hours straight until midnight. I was playing the survival mode, which adds junk lines procedurally to the bottom of the screen, and it was kicking my ass. But it was so thrilling trying to find creative ways to survive the onslaught. Tetris is easily the chess of video games, in that no matter where you play it or what form you play it in, it's always engrossing, and there's a reason why it's still a household name in gaming over 4 decades later. This client is my preferred way to enjoy the game, but honorable mentions to Tetris A, which says they'll get an offline mode soon enough. But for now, here are my high scores, beat them if you can, bitch! Alright folks, so those were 3 great free games, all 3 of which were played extensively by me, and I am fully comfortable recommending them. This section of the video, however, will be the honorable mentions, games that are very positively received online, but that I haven't really played for one reason or another. Still, they deserve a mention in case other people happen to like them, and of course, they are still fully free and fully functional offline. And first up, we got 2 RTS games. 0 AD, which is a historical RTS similar to Age of Empires, and Beyond All Reason, a sci-fi game similar to Total Annihilation. Both of these games are actively updated, have lively communities, and can be played in single player and multiplayer very easily. Be warned though, that Beyond All Reason is not that easy to run, requiring at least a GTX 960. Next, we have Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, aka OpenTTD, which is a game about building different types of transportation and making as much profit from it as possible. This is not my type of game, but it's been widely praised. Shout out to OpenRCT2 as well, another amazing open source game in the same vein, but it requires copyrighted assets. Next is Cave Story, a 2D Metroidvania platformer, and probably the most important indie game ever made. It's a very short and sweet game, but I didn't put it on the main list because mods are separate exe files and are not compatible with the best source port, Dokutsu RS. If you're fine with playing platformers on the keyboard though, this is a good ass game. And finally, Free Doom, which is an open source recreation of Doom with no copyrighted assets. That's right, if you thought I was a fraud for making you pirate Doom and I had no other solutions, you're wrong, Buster. The new sprites they have are perfectly good on their own, but if you want the authentic look, here's how. Linked in the description, acquire these 3 files. Put freedoom2.wad in the iWad section, and the others in the external files. And then when you launch, the sound effects and the character sprites will be incredibly similar to the original, just slightly smoother and slightly more crispy. Fraud status? None.
I don't hate gay, but I love fucking girls.
Osu is the envy of all live service games. Created in 2008 from one man's desire to port his favorite DS game to PC, it has received 17 years of consistent, iterative, and free updates, with the current version bearing little to no resemblance to the original game. Nearly 2 decades of updates to a completely free game with no signs of stopping? Eat your fucking heart out, Valve. In case you didn't know, Osu is an open source, free-to-win rhythm game all about clicking circles. It's literally the most content-rich rhythm game ever, with over 5 million total maps released, and at least 5% of those are actually worth playing. Sounds good, right? Well, how do you get it? First, go to osu.ppy.sh and click download. You'll be presented with 2 client options. These choices actually have a lot of nuance, but for the sake of this video, if you have a low-end Windows computer, you click left. And if you have a decent computer with a GPU, or you're not on Windows, click right. Then, create an account. Some very important notes: pick a username you want to keep, because changing it will cost money, and you can only have 1 account per person, so remember your email and password carefully. Next, go and download a skin. This is mandatory, or you will have an objectively worse experience because the default skins are absolutely terrible. My personal recommendations are either yomigY by Garen or Game Over by Theta Sigma. Different styles, both great, and you can always download more. Or if you want my skin, all 3 will all be linked in the description. Finally, go to the website and look up any songs you like. After downloading one, you can simply click it and it will automatically be imported into the game. Cool, right? And that's it. You are now ready to enjoy the game of Osu. I'll leave a full written guide in the description if you want more details. So, why exactly is it number 1 on my list? Well, because it's fun.
boys! Holy shit!
Rhythm games have such a strong and dedicated following because pressing buttons to the beat, literally feeling the music, is an incredible sensation. Perfectly hitting notes with your fingers and feeling the tactility of the keyboard under you is just so satisfying, and it's the closest thing that bums like me will ever get to actually playing an instrument. But hey, no instruments can really play this music though, can it? Bring it back. Osu is unique in the sense that it's completely freeform. Unlike, say, piano-style games that are locked into columns and you only have to click buttons, Osu's additional element of aim gives its map creators room to create genuine works of art. As a player, this means that you have a ton of choice on what to do and what player you want to be. You can be a jump player, a stream player, a tech player, even someone that can play this shit. You can do almost whatever you want. And that's what I love about this game. Oh yeah, and there's also Taiko and Mania and Catch. Anyway, as a quote-unquote Osu veteran of around 900 hours, here is my honest advice to beginners about this game. Number 1, Osu's community is tiring. It's better to find a small community, maybe an Osu's Discord server from a streamer or something, because all the big servers and especially the Reddit threads, they're just not worth it. Number 2, Osu is hard. And it never gets any easier. That's just how it is. Focus on yourself and the progress that you've made, not on comparing yourself to the top players. Number 3, do not just play just to gain ranks. It feels good seeing that rank number go up, but trust me, fixating on the leaderboard will deeply harm your enjoyment of this game. And finally, number 4, enjoy the game. Osu is just a free program on your computer. Just remember that for me. There is no point getting mad at it, and if you are, log off. Knowing your limit does not equal weakness. It is in fact the biggest sign of strength. If you're wondering how a goddamn rhythm game can get people talking like this, boy, you have no idea. But hey, that's it. Thank you all for watching this video. I was in a huge slump just a few weeks ago, but I'm glad I managed to get back into the groove and make a video which I deem pretty necessary in this age of massively overpriced video games. We'll see how this video does. I might make a part 2, I might not. I just need things to get myself back into the mentality of a video maker. But until then, thank you all for watching, like and subscribe, give me money, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.